Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kay from Lunarlight Games. Thanks for joining me. Hello and welcome if you're new to the channel. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. And we're back again with more Diablo 3 story mode. This time we're going to be working our way through Act 5. Hopefully we'll be able to complete it by the time Diablo 4 is launched, because Diablo 4 has some pretty weird hours this time around. The servers go live in about, as of recording this, about 2.5 hours. So we're going to be cutting this pretty close. I'm going to try to get through as much as possible as I can before the game launches, and then we'll jump into Diablo 4. And what we're going to do there's a contest going on currently that there's a prize for getting your name etched into a Lilith statue, and that's only being offered to players who are able to reach level 100 on hardcore difficulty. Now, that being said, you need to be the first 1,000 to reach level 100. So, we're going to give that challenge a shot. Now, what that means is, since we're doing that challenge, our first playthrough is not going to be a normal one. We will not be doing the story mode casually. We're just going to blitz everything as fast as we can, and hopefully we'll be able to get up to level 100. No promises, though. I don't know how difficult it will get, but we'll definitely give it our best shot. So what that means is we're going to skip all the dialogue, we're going to skip all the cinematics, we're going to skip pretty much everything except for the gameplay. Now, I know that must be disappointing to some who are interested in learning more about the game, but, well, it is what it is. Contest first. Then, hopefully, if or whenever the contest ends, we'll be able to wrap back around and do the game casually. We'll play through the story mode, get into everything lore-wise, and we'll figure where things go from there. But yeah, that's currently the plan anyway. I had not expected the game to be released at 4 in the afternoon. Well, on the West Coast, it's like 4 in the afternoon. I think it's either 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Let me have a look here. But yeah, we're going to try to get through as much of this as possible, and then we'll do that hellish speed run. We're going to be rolling through a sorcerer. We're just going to do everything completely random, because it may or may not be a throwaway character. So we're going to blitz through everything. We're going to skip through the character creator. We're going to skip through the story mode. All the dialogue, anything extraneous, we're going to skip over. So hopefully we might be able to get to the first 1,000 to reach level 100. But more on that in a bit. Let me see what time the servers go live. And that's if we can even get in at launch. So, give me a sec here. I had not anticipated that this would be the case. You know what? Let me just go ahead and check through the main menu. Yeah, so we have 2 hours and 42 minutes left until the game goes live, so Let's try to finish up story mode, and we'll jump into that.
The Nephilim. Tyrael sent me to find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
Think not. People are dying down there. They need my help.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tell Tyrael I will meet him in Westmarch. Go!
It will be done. I swear it.
So that's our first introduction to Lorath, the future Varadram in Diablo 4 that we are following along with.
We're going to die!
So yeah, he doesn't really show up in the main game.
No! The gates!
It's not until we arrive in Act 5 that we actually get to learn more about him. Yeah, I'm gonna try to blitz through as much of the story content as possible. I apologize if this seems kind of rushed. But we're on a tight
Need more time.
time frame, and our deadline is coming up rather soon.
Don't go out into the streets. It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
Is anyone alive in there?
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakharum Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
Wait! You're the wizard who saved Bastion's Keep. You'll save us too, won't you?
Of course. It's what I do.
Yep, it's what we do.
Keep moving. I think we lost her. No! No!
Those with demon blood must die.
Demon blood? They were just innocent people.
So by this point in the game, we've already defeated Diablo. But a brand new threat arrives to challenge our heroes. And if you thought the stakes weren't big enough, well, guess again.
You dare attack me?
Defend the church! Repel these vile reapers!
I think we did that. No, maybe not.
We found you.
Tyrael, why is Malthael so intent on destroying this city?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
Though we are descended from angels as well as demons, Malthael is so short-sighted, he can only see our demonic heritage.
The church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me!
So that's one partial reason why Malthael spared Tyrael. Even though he's mortal, he has no demonic essence.
Akarat's bane! This is worse than I feared!
What are these things?
A death mate! Stop her!
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
Just tell me where to find Malthael, and I'll put an end to this carnage.
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
But why does he want the stone? Is there any way to find out?
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
You'd best get started on figuring it out. If you need me, I'll be saving the city.
Okay, so let's get started. So, new act, new area. Also, new dialogue.
What brings the Herodrim back now?
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind. After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Well, perhaps someday I will solve that problem.
Someday. Not today.
Malthael, my brother. He was wisdom, leader of our council. First to become this.
What could have changed him so?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls.
Frankly, I don't really care. Death is meant to free our souls, not devour them. How can studying the sliver of the Black Soul Stone reveal Malthael's plans to you?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
I'm suddenly reminded of a Simpsons meme with Grandpa Simpson. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm reminded of his joke about just screaming death everywhere. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk to the townsfolk before we move on.
At long last, a hero comes to save us. That won't bring my wife back, though, will it?
Westmarch originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakis to spread his religion beyond the realms of the East. Seized by the superstitions of the Zakarum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly across the barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes he found there. Ultimately, he became king of them all.
My library isn't far from here. I was closing everything up for the day when I heard the fighting in the streets. I've barred the doors and then squeezed through the back window to escape. But I'll have to come up with something more exciting when I write my official account, won't I?
Always embellishing the truth.
You've heard the legend of the Tomb of Rakis, haven't you? Its location has never been found. Most scholars think it's underneath Westmarch, but I suspect it's somewhere outside the city. Rakis was a clever man, after all.
We stayed to fight, Robert and me, but he fell. And when they started to tear into him, I panicked. I ran.
I am certain you would have died too had you stayed.
So, out of all the original 4 acts, Act 5 closely mirrors Act 1. It's greatly expanded, has a wealth of content, and it's not rushed in any particular way.
Who's this?
I'm Bryson. I was trapped in a cellar until Hadrig rescued me.
And now he won't go away.
You saved his life. Doesn't that make you responsible for him?
No, I'm responsible for myself. Though I have decided to repay Hadrig by helping him.
And I told you to stay away from my forge.
Is there anything on your mind, Hadrig?
Yes, actually. was just remembering what happened in New Tristram after the falling star hit. I'd never seen Mira so scared. Leah came by later, telling us there were wounded men at the inn.
And your wife still went to help them.
I grew up over by the docks. Not the good part of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago, within hours of each other. Like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
I know who was responsible for this. It's the poor. They've summoned these monstrosities to take Westmarch for themselves.
Sure, buddy, it's the poor, all right.
I can't believe we're still alive. And it's all thanks to you. I thought we would die in that foul-smelling place.
Did you grab the jewelry at least?
Harold, those monsters were about to kill us.
Well, I would rather be dead than poor.
Again, what's with the demonization of the poor?
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. It must be time for us to go on another adventure, right?
You ask who's to blame for this doom? All of Westmarch, reveling in sin, worshipping petty idols. The Zakarum are gone, and the order of Malthael now rises. Praise Malthael, and your souls may yet be saved. He spares only the faithful. Donate to the order and prove your conviction.
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met. For a moment, I heard one of my sister's voices. I could not make out the words.
Perhaps it is an echo of the magic the Prophet used to put you and your sisters to sleep.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
You do not know how your sisters died, or how the Prophet's magic failed.
Let us fight this evil together.
What's bothering you, Cormac? You're not your usual joyful self today.
For too long have I lived with the knowledge that my order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
A great man, who lived his life adhering to a code he believed to be true.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it. May the battles never end.
So when has there ever been a good Templar?
Did you know there were once two moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire, Durgist.
Of course. I'd love to hear your version of that story. I'm certain it will be amusing.
Well, it's not amusing. Durgist's jewel has appeared again. And the time for secrets is over.
No more secrets? Then tell me if you are a god.
Alright, we finally get to learn more about Shen.
Have you been eating enough? I've noticed this about you. When things get difficult, you get very focused. Maybe I'll cook for you. So, if it's all the same, we'd probably both be happier if I didn't.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Food poisoning?
I found him in the streets. He seemed in a daze, so I brought him here with me, but he's hardly said anything. He's nobility of some sort, but I don't recognize the seal on his ring.
The flames!
The flames? Well, he was covered in soot. Perhaps he escaped from afar. He never says more than a word or two at a time.
Hey, what's up, Seth?
Duncraig is just death.
How's it going today?
Why would the angels do this?
Yeah, for the time being anyway. But who knows? It might be a couple months until we get to see Season 29, so we might be able to drop back in and play that. But who knows whenever that will happen.
Not ready yet.
Is there anybody in here? No. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, today we'll be able to entertain with Diablo 4. That's going to be coming up in a couple more hours.
General Torian, that Death Maiden in the cathedral was using an arcane magic unfamiliar to me. Do you know what she was doing?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Not for long. He will soon find himself without his unending army, once I destroy these crucibles.
That's cool to hear. How are you enjoying the game?
The soul crucibles turn the dead into reapers?
Sadly, yes.
Including the Death Maidens?
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness.
Alright, so this area has a lot of dialogue to run through. I hope we're able to get everything in time. But since there's only so many hours left, we might have to make this into a 2-parter. Let's see, is there anybody around here that we can speak to?
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Ah, I see. That's a little disappointing.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
You'd hope with a game that big there might be some more endgame content to keep players busy, but sometimes, you know, things just don't work out that way. Okay, so these maps for Act 5 are incredibly big. Way bigger than Act 1 or 2. Which, if you're into the side content, that's a lot better, I suppose. This was back when the game instituted a level 70 level cap. Before that, the level cap ended around level 60. And I don't remember Paragon points being a thing yet. That happened way later. But yeah, we're gonna try to figure out our way through and get to the end within the next couple hours. I'm really hoping that the servers hold up and we're not forced to wait for like hours on end just to get in. Yeah, so between vanilla Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls, the game has improved way too many things to list. and it's for the better. And even then, I never got the chance to try the PC version when they had the real money auction house.
Nothing could defeat the army of Westmarch.
But even in the days of vanilla Diablo 3, this game was really underwhelming. No set armor abilities. Most legendaries did not have any sort of special ability or a fix. They just had better stats. And legendaries didn't seem to drop all that often, so... A lot of the appeal of vanilla Diablo 3 was just completing the story mode, and that was pretty much it.
I did not find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans. Far too many of them. They murder and cheat one another while allowing their brothers to starve. If their true power is ever released, we are all doomed. They have a choice between good and evil, and they overwhelmingly choose evil.
I think because the game promotes loot, it's already inherently evil.
Not ready yet.
I mean, greed, that's evil, right?
That Death Maiden controls the Soul Crucible. Time for her to die.
There is no place for her in our world, so let us help her lead it.
Anyways, let's get rid of these things and be on our way.
Call the darkness.
Ah, crap. Well, so much for speech.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
Now see, this is the first time we get to meet the the Mystic.
How could you know that?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now.
So, yeah. Wait, that was it?
Malthael, he's watching you.
I'm pretty sure he just came by to say hello.
I grew disgusted by humanity during my time on Sanctuary. When at last I found Malthael, I was not surprised to learn that he felt the same way. We will cleanse creation of the scourge that is humankind, and when we are finished, the tragic mistake of Anarius will be gone.
You should cease following me, and get to the Survivors' Enclave before you're killed.
Nonsense. You'll protect me. And after experiencing what those things do to people, let's just say, I need to see you destroy the final crucible with my own eyes, if I am ever to sleep again.
Before we get started with that, though...
I need to go back.
Let's check out the home base.
Awful things are happening out in the city. I have faith that you will save us, but Victor has his doubts. I don't think he believes a woman is up to the task.
What nonsense are you spouting, woman? She's more than capable of saving us, and I have just the things she'll need to do the job.
Oh, like? Oh, never mind, he's a merchant.
My mother warned me about the poor. They want my wealth, but they don't want to work for it. And now they've created an army of death creatures. Well, when I'm king, I'll just show them.
Yeah, the poor are the army of the dead here.
There's no easy way to say this, but I have to leave, and I won't be returning.
Very funny.
I'm serious. My brother's imprisoned in Kingsport with no way to defend himself, and I must free him.
I understand your concern, but you will die long before you reach Kingsport if Westmarch falls.
All right. I'll stay for as long as I can, but only because I know how much you need me.
Okay, so as we complete more of the act, we can go on their side quests later.
Will we survive his wrath, relinquish the wealth you all clung to, and ensure your salvation?
This is a scam. He's just taking your money. Quiet, heretic. You'll damn us all.
Yeah, quiet over there. Don't speak any truth.
Could it be that the Prophet abandoned us? Why else would his magic fail to protect us while we slept?
We can't answer those questions, but his magic did succeed in keeping you safe.
But my sisters died. Why them and not me?
Fate likes to toy with us. Perhaps you lived for some special reason, but it could just as easily have been luck.
I cannot believe that. There was a reason, and I will find it.
Everything happens for a reason.
The Prophet has foreseen our victory.
Let us seek honor together, my friend.
Seems like a cliche.
I was telling you about Lyria, wasn't I? Oh, she was so beautiful that Durgis was determined to make her his own. Oh, yes, he pursued her relentlessly, showering her with gifts and attention until she succumbed and agreed to become his wife. But Durgis' jealousy was so great, he hid Lyria high in the heavens, far away from the reach of men and gods.
Jealousy is for the weak-minded. It clouds one's reasoning with wanton desire.
Yes, that was Durgis. Desire was his very nature.
Truly, his side quest is one of the most tragic.
You there, pauper. This diamond ring in exchange for safe passage out of the city?
But Harold, that's my wedding ring.
It's all we have left. Of course, if somebody had thought to grab her jewelry box.
Well, with that attitude, I'm certain you can find somebody else to help you.
Really? I kind of want to see what that ring looks like. Alright, so...
He hasn't said anything since he mentioned the fire. He barely eats, and his eyes are clouding over.
I saw her. Someone needs to know.
Her who?
Could he mean us?
Despite his superstitious views, Rakis ruled as a just and fair king, who was much loved by his people. He was succeeded by his son Corsic, who attempted to eradicate the barbarian tribes of the north. The line of Rakis was broken when Corsic's son Corellan died with no heirs.
If you hadn't come along when you did, I don't know what might have happened.
It was the least I could do. Anyone would have done the same.
But you didn't have to help. You could have run right by.
You'll find no glory here, adventurer. Get and sing your praises.
My son ship docked in Bramwell today. I thought he'd be safe there, but now I hear rumors. Give me a weapon. I need to get to Bramwell.
A noble sentiment, but you do nothing but get yourself killed.
So I like how the NPCs are given more of a chance to shine here.
Tyrael told me of your actions. You killed Diablo himself.
Yes, I did. It was my destiny. I was fulfilling a prophecy written long before I was born.
I don't know that the world will ever understand what it took to face such pure evil.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps I'll write about my adventures one day.
Good old Lorath. He seems so bright-eyed here.
My father was the commander of the Knights of Westmarch. He assumed I would become a soldier, just like him.
You did not want to be a soldier?
I grew up on stories of the fearless Horadrim, Tal Rasha, Jared Kane. That was what I wanted to be. My father thought it was all myth. Wasn't he surprised when I actually became one of them?
You know, of all the names to use in a fantasy game, Jared is definitely one that I hadn't really had in my mind.
Has the sliver revealed anything of Malthael's plans to you?
No, but it is our only hope of learning Malthael's plans. To defeat him, we must know where he is and what he is trying to do. The answer must be here. I just have to find it. Too many innocents have already died.
How have you held out so long against the Reaper's onslaught?
It has been a brutal task. A lot of good men sacrificed themselves to save us. But even that wasn't enough. If you hadn't shown up when you did, we might already be dead.
Okay, so is there anybody in here? Nothing really. So let's keep it moving.
Why haven't the other cities of Westmarch sent reinforcements? Bramwell? Kingsport? What are they waiting for?
Have you not heard? Cities everywhere are under attack. No place is safe.
Yes, Malthael strikes all across Sanctuary.
I did not know. That is disturbing.
So this is partially why the world is in such ruin by the events of Diablo 4. It's because practically everybody was dying everywhere. Alright, so the cemetery.
There, a worthy foe.
Definitely as good as the Field of Misery if you're looking to grind for more XP.
I am so good, I astound myself.
Where's the exit? Probably over here.
Expect the Angel of Death to show some respect to who's already dead.
Yeah, that's a weird contradiction, right? The Angel of Death cares nothing for the dead.
How does that feel?
Alright, so the exit's probably in the other direction. Oh yeah, definitely. Back on the PS3 version of vanilla Diablo 3, there was I think there was an achievement or something if you're looking to rack up a bunch of breakables in a row. This area would have been perfect for that. Come to think of it, I think there's still some sort of challenge that you could probably achieve here.
Your grave awaits.
Also, if you get lucky, there's a random Easter egg that spawns in these cemeteries. It's kind of required that you have to do it for the PS4 version of Diablo in order to get the platinum. I forget exactly where you're supposed to trigger the spawn. Anyways, let's see. Where on earth is the exit?
Still waiting. Just warming up.
There we go.
You are such the artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions.
A lot of bodies here.
Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
A wise decision. We won't allow any harm to come to you.
No help. And that is that.
What was that?
That would be Urzael.
And just who is this Urzael?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
Good. Let's get to the Enclave. I need to see if Tyrael has made any progress.
Alright, time to deal with Urzi.
Can't believe it, my best hammer's gone missing. It couldn't have walked off on its own now, could it, lad?
One of the men needed a hammer. He promised to return it.
Fool boy! I'll never see it again!
I'm sorry, Hadrig.
Get out of my sight.
Poor guy. Also, this is why you don't let people borrow your tools.
I don't feel like talking right now.
He's just gonna sulk.
We're not going to die, are we? Tell me we're not going to die. I don't want to lose my soul!
Is this truly the work of angels? I don't understand. How could they?
Sadly, it's true. One of the angels has gone mad. I am going to put him and his followers down like the dogs they are.
Good.
So, how exactly are you meant to kill an angel? I thought they were immortal. Guess not. So let's clear up the inventory real quick.
Why fight so hard? Thousands are dead. What do another dozen matter?
So I think the only lore books that are available here are in Deadra's satchel.
After Corellan's death, the crown passed to Justinian I, through a somewhat convoluted interpretation of Zakharum's scripture. Thus began the Justinian dynasty. Seen as usurpers by many, the Justinians suffered nearly constant challenges to their rule. Finally, during the reign of Justinian III, a full-fledged insurrection broke out in the outlying region of Tartarus.
Fun fact.
Why isn't he helping Malfoy?
I'm really a big fan of history.
Those who perished without embracing Malfoy.
Maybe it's because most of my fun teachers back in grade school, high school, and college were all history teachers.
Zai was the greatest thief, and he wanted Lyria. He'd waited patiently for a night when Lyria's path hid her behind the silver moon. For when the sun set, Dirges had to leave Lyria's side, you see, for desire rules the night. He could only watch from below, as she drifted across the ocean of stars. Then Zai climbed, silent as a whisper, into Lyria's palace in the heavens.
Ah, true love had captured his heart, eh?
No, but stealing from Dirges would make Zai a legend.
Love had nothing to do with that. You'd be a fool to believe otherwise.
He's been agitated ever since he mentioned the woman. Who was she? Did she start the fire?
looking for something. Something hidden.
I don't know what to do. He's getting worse. I fear he will not live much longer.
Alright, so I think we could probably start the side quest for the scoundrel.
When I left my sister Lysa, I took her magic focus as a reminder. I scryed it today to see if it held any clues, and I found strong traces of the demonic magic that killed her. It reminded me of the Viserys magic from before we served the Prophet.
Those mages are long dead. Any thirst they had for revenge died with them.
When I cast the magic upon her focus, I heard her voice again, and this time, I understood. She said one word. Irena.
It wasn't Lowenstein?
It's time for me to go. My brother will die in the Kingsport dungeons if I don't act now.
A Kingsport prisoner, you say? Those poor devils were all transported to our cells in Westmarch last week. But we haven't heard from the garrison since the attack started.
Edlin, I have to find him. Will you help me, my friend?
Yeah, let's do this side quest real quick.
Right then, this is where they're holding Edlin. Let me do the talking.
Wait, what? This is just a reskin of King Leoric's dungeon.
Looking for your brother, Lyndon?
Wait, this is not right.
That is no guard. Damn it all! The Thieves Guild always finds who it's looking for. Unfortunately for you, he's our friend.
Thieves Guild
Take that, you.
infiltrated the entire dungeon?
You really angered them, friend.
You really did. So we're gonna have both of our followers here. The Templar is just here for added flavor.
Need more time.
Can we speak to you? No.
Still waiting.
At least the Reapers aren't here.
No, but they will be. Speaking of which, no. That body over there has nothing.
Your grave awaits!
And that's pretty much it for the side quest.
You die for what you did to Nigel!
Edlin! He's...
I am sorry, my friend.
I never should have joined the guild. He told me, but I wouldn't listen.
You bear no responsibility for his death, Lyndon. He was killed before we reached Westmarch.
That dagger looks very familiar.
Take it with you, but be quick about it. It is time to leave.
Yeah, there was never any hope for him living, huh?
This isn't your fault, Lyndon. You must not blame yourself.
What do you want me to say? That I wish he'd never known me? That I wish he'd had a brother who didn't fail him?
You need to let go of your grief. It will do nothing but prey on your mind.
And I suppose the mightiest hero in all the land knows just how to help, eh? No. No, this is something you can't understand.
Rude.
It is always wonderful to see you.
I have heard that the Grand Maester himself is in Westmarch. It is imperative that I find and speak to him. I will tell him of the sins his order is committing.
He leads your order. He is likely the most corrupt of them all.
No, you are wrong. My first memories of being a Templar are of him comforting me, welcoming me to the Brotherhood. I looked into his eyes. He is a good man, I tell you.
Sure,
Today
bro.
is the day I find out how deep the Order's corruption runs.
They must answer for what they have done to you and your brothers, Cormac.
I will do it, even if it means going against my entire Order. I could use a good friend by my side.
I will be right here by your side.
This is one of our strongholds. I will have my answers soon.
I suggest you brace yourself for the worst. This could get violent, quickly.
So yeah, already we have some way better expanded systems here.
Cormac! Everyone says you helped slay Azmodan and Belial. They're calling you the greatest of all the Templar.
It's good to see you as well, brother. But I come with troubling news about the Order. I must speak with the Grand Maester.
You're in luck. He's here. Standing orders are to send you to him upon your return. Take this, the Grand Maester's new proclamation.
You've done us all proud.
Oh yeah?
This
Let's go then.
proclamation from the Maester. It's damning. He admits his own guilt. How could I have not seen this?
That doesn't sound promising.
The day of reckoning is at hand. We will rise from the ashes of Westmarch and lead mankind into the light. We shall have recruits by the thousands. Every citizen will be another Templar added to the cause. Once cleansed by the Inquisitors, they will become an unstoppable force.
We know you had nothing to do with John Dar's corruption, Cormac. You're a hero.
This place is great for getting some random junk.
Our time has finally come, and we owe it all to you.
Bring me that whip. It is time to purify this initiate.
Oh, that's not cool.
Stop! How can you do this to your fellow Templar?
We bless them with the truth, as we did for you, Cormac. But if the greatest of all Templar wishes them freed, it shall be so. We've been ordered to take you to the Grand Maester as soon as possible. Follow me.
Well, let's get going then.
Cormac, the shining example of a true Templar. We have much to talk about.
Oh yeah? All of it good, I assume.
Yes, we do, Grand Maester. You have betrayed us all, starting with the torment of our initiation.
It was brutal but necessary. I did the hard things no one else would, for the ascension of humanity. I carry the weight of my actions with me always. Are you ready to make a similar sacrifice, Cormac? Will you stand with me and become Meister in due time? I need you.
But... No! Your power has driven you to madness if you think I would help you rule over mankind!
This saddens me greatly, my son. I am sorry. Kill him.
Not before we kill you.
Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men given to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels.
Man, he's just full of himself, isn't he?
Nothing.
You
brought this on yourself.
Oh, man.
I dedicated my life to a lie. Everything I thought I knew, it was all in the service of a madman. I swear that every Templar I meet will be freed from the lies of the Order. And if they refuse, I will be forced to convince them.
They will believe you. I know it.
Well, that concludes his storyline. Let's head back.
The Grand Maester, behind the Order's corruption. Deep down, I think I always knew. Perhaps that's why I never felt worthy of the Order. As if I was not a true Templar.
You were more of a Templar than any of those corrupt fools. They never reached your heart, my friend. But now that you know the truth, what will you do?
I believe in you and your quest. This world must be saved, regardless of the corruption of the Templar.
So let's do that.
You are a quiet sort, Serena.
Sneak back home and fetch some of our savings.
But the streets are crawling with those horrid creatures.
That's precisely why you must go, dearest. Nobody notices you.
Nobody. Nobody at all.
What shall we fight today?
Now I hear those Reapers are taking people's souls? This is madness.
Nah, this is Sparta.
Can I ask you about Deckard Cain?
He was a wise man, a great scholar. He didn't deserve to die the way he did. If he had lived, who knows how events would have unfolded. Everything would be different.
Could one man make such a difference?
I'd prefer not to speak of this any longer. I have a city to save.
Alright, so let's continue on.
Look, the sliver is changing.
Malthael is altering the stone in some manner.
Exactly. He's been gathering strength from the souls of Westmarch in order to alter the stone. Yet his purpose still eludes me.
He's killing everyone. What more do you need to know?
If we want to stop him, we must know what he's going to do next.
Well, that's not good.
Urzael has done this to finish collecting the souls of Westmarch.
Urzael, it is well past time for him to die. Where is he?
All I know is that he is in a tower somewhere in the Westmarch Heights, and that he will be quite rude to you. Before you set out to kill him, you should stop by my cart. I can enchant some items for you.
Yeah, so ordinarily this is the first point where you can enchant items.
What can you tell me about Urzael?
He is Malthael's lieutenant, much the same way that Iswal was mine. He does his master's bidding without question.
Why did Malthael spare you in the tomb of Rakis? Why didn't he take your soul?
I may be mortal, but I am not Nephilim. I have no demon blood in me, and therefore Malthael does not see me as his enemy.
But he thinks that of us? We saved heaven. We killed the lords of hell. Something he was never able to do, I might add.
That is of no consequence. You are half demon to him and therefore on the wrong side of the eternal conflict.
When you see the world in black and white, you really start to miss out on the shades of gray.
I can see you're still hurting.
I have felt pain before, but nothing like this. It is different being mortal. The pain wears on you.
Welcome to humanity. Do you have any idea why Malthael would want the Black Soul Stone?
I have been thinking on that since our encounter. But every scenario I envision simply doesn't make sense, regardless of what he has become.
Well, whatever his reasons, we know they are not good. Why didn't Tyrael just destroy the Black Soul Stone?
The Black Soul Stone was made by a man, unlike previous Soul Stones. We had no idea what would happen if we destroyed it. It seemed a better idea to hide it away forever. We had no way of knowing that Malthael was watching us the entire time. How could we?
It's too late for blame now. Tell me, when we retrieve the stone, what then? Just hope it doesn't fall into the wrong hands again?
I don't know. But it's better for us to have the stone than Malthael. If we make it that far, we'll worry about what to do next.
You know, they should have learned their lesson the first 3 times they tried to hide away a soul stone. It obviously never worked out. Nothing in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the townsfolk once more, and then we'll get going.
What can you tell me about Urzael?
Well, he seems to have an affinity for fire. I'd watch out for that if I were you.
I guessed as much. Can you tell me anything useful?
Urzael was sent to find Malthael by our friend Tyrael. He blames himself for what Urzael has become. What else can I tell you? I had a vision of death blanketing our world. So I left my people, my family, to come help you.
Leaving your family based simply on a vision must have been a very difficult thing to do.
Nonsense. We veteran often receive visions telling us when it is time to find a new family. I've had many in my life. I still love and miss each and every one of them. Except for Jonah. I never really liked that one.
Yeah, that Jonah was an asshole, huh?
They will run when they see us.
Anyways, let's go ahead and go wipe out Urzael.
Go down easily.
Great. So instead of just finding Urzael,
I am unstoppable.
we gotta kill those maidens aflame. That's gonna complicate things.
Not ready yet. Everything will be fine. We'll stop Urzael, and then it's simply a matter of finding and killing Malthael.
There are a lot of side dungeons here that we can explore, but in the interest of time,
still waiting.
Let's keep it moving. Hopefully we can still take down those maidens of flame as well.
Did you?
Not that we really need to. He just dropped in to say what's up. Where the heck is that maiden? I swear, we'll make it to the end before we even find one of those maidens. Kinda like that.
How does that feel?
You know what? We still have some time. Let's double back real quick. Find that last maiden and then
Need
we'll
more time.
confront Urzael. Please be down over here.
Your grave awaits!
I think that was it. Too bad. She only popped by for just a brief moment. Okay, so enough of this. Let's go ahead and go waste Urzael. Now on a casual playthrough, exploring that area is fine, but if you're trying to speed run through everything, it is a huge pain in the ass.
My master has begun his work on the stone. Nothing that you do matters. Soon demon spawn like you will be gone forever.
Are you finished? No one threatens my people. No.
But demon spawn shall perish in flames.
Does he have a skull underneath that hood? Also, sweet cannon.
Nephilim, I will bring an end to conflict. In death there is peace.
Of course. Run away like the coward you are.
That's the end of
I
him.
need to go back.
Quite unlike me to fall apart like that. I can't imagine what came over me. Let's keep this between ourselves, eh?
How about no?
We will stand together against the shadows.
You're a fascinating person. I'm curious about your life.
Oh, I could tell you stories. We were frequently set upon by bandits. It became quite tiresome, really. One time, I had had enough. I know this is hard to believe, but when I was younger, I was even more vivacious than I am now.
Hint,
So
hint.
I seduced their leader, convinced him to free us by giving him details on how he could rob a local magistrate. He'd heard the Vetchen could predict the future, so he believed me. They were caught and hung 3 days later. I must have forgotten to tell him that part of my vision.
Yeah, how convenient, right?
You killed the angel who was responsible for this horror.
Yes, but his master is the true evil. He still lives, but I mean to fix that. I will make sure this never happens again.
I believe you.
I wonder if we could sell wigs made from your hair.
That is enough, Harold! If we survive this nightmare, I am leaving for my parents' estate in Bramwell.
That's a grand idea, dearest. Your father has more than enough money to...
Follow me, and I will tie you naked to a tree for the crows. Maybe then you'll finally think of something other than money.
That guy definitely deserves it.
You killed the angel who caused this slaughter? Does that mean we're safe now?
Not really.
This disaster will make for great reading someday, provided that anyone survives to chronicle it.
You really must stop thanking me. It was nothing.
12 people ran by me and did nothing. You're a hero.
Just in the right place at the right time, I suppose.
How fortunate I am to have met the savior of Westmarch. You simply must let me ask you some questions when your work is done. Rakis conquered all of Honduras before founding Westmarch. Repelling this invasion would be child's play for him.
Thanks to you, I can finally bury my wife in peace.
Wait, when did he find his wife?
Now that Urzael is dead, I'm going to Bramwell to find my son.
I respect your bravery, but it's still not safe out there.
I don't care.
Good luck, lady.
I have rid us of Urzael's tiresome existence. Without his leadership, the Reaper should be easy for Torian's men to finish off.
You have saved Westmarch, my friend.
But we're no closer to knowing Malthael's ultimate plan, and he grows stronger with each passing moment. Time is running out.
That strange woman you brought here believes she can help. She insisted on speaking with you immediately. Urzael is slain. Westmarch is saved. And yet these thoughts weigh constantly upon me.
Even amongst all the pain Urzael caused, we must savor what little enjoyment we can from our victory. It is all we have.
Wise words, my friend. Angels are cursed with a wider perspective of events. To live in the moment is a part of mortal existence I must learn to embrace.
So that battle ended fairly quickly.
Need more time.
I was hoping for more story there, but it's time to move on.
There was no reason to dismiss Bryson. He was doing his best to help you.
He's a fool, and fools end up dead around here.
Ah, that is what I thought.
What are you talking about?
Your father, your wife, even your apprentice. You couldn't stand losing another person you cared about, could you?
You keep that nonsense to yourself, or I might forget how much I owe you.
Okay, jeez. Grumpy old man.
I heard Liza's voice again, and I could make out more of what she was saying. She is calling out for me, but it sounds as though the voice is speaking to me from far away, from beyond our world.
Perhaps you were right before. Maybe it is a remnant of the Prophet's magic, but we do know for certain that she is dead.
No, she is alive. It's not just the Prophet's magic, and more than that, she needs me.
So we've completed 2 out of 3 side quests. The only one left is the Enchantress.
Chelsea, I know how to find Malthael, but you will not like what I have to tell you.
I rarely do. Why don't you just tell me?
There is only one person who knows how to find Malthael. She waits for you in the Blood Marsh, and you know her well. Adria.
Adria. Finally.
Finally.
I'm telling you, Lyria was so lonely, and Zai was so alive and full of life. They shared one perfect night, and after she emerged, blushing. Dirges raced to her side, but Zai was gone. The ruby around Lyria's neck was the only sign that he had ever been there.
Zai's conscience didn't trouble him for so openly taunting Durgist?
No, not then. He felt pride.
Pride.
Everyone's dead. Everyone in the city is dead.
No, dear. That isn't true. Look, there's almost a dozen people here.
Pride for betting Lyria and then leaving right before Durgist could find out.
He's been saying something new, but I haven't been able to make out the words. He's getting weaker.
The witch.
There are no witches here in Westmarch. They've all been driven out.
Adria.
Alright, so it's finally the return of Adria.
Tilla's newly established rule over Westmarch did nothing to quell the civil war, which continued until she was driven mad and eventually killed by the plague. Cornelius, grandson of Justinian III and slave to the Zakharum faith, used this opening to crush the rebels once and for all and become the new king.
Why are the angels allowing Malthael to run amok? They could help us stop him.
There is confusion and dissension in the high heavens. You must remember, Malthael was our leader once.
So, that was the past. You're on the Angiris Council. Can you not summon the angelic host?
Imperius commands the host, and he will not unleash them on a fellow angel, especially a former member of the Angiris Council.
I should have known he was involved somehow. I won't forget this.
So Imperius is the sole reason why no one's doing anything about this. I really should stop coming in here. I keep thinking there's some NPC or something that we can speak to here, but nope, that isn't the case. Okay, so no more dialogue here. Let's get moving.
You're not going anywhere without me.
Oh, really? And why is that?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
I shall try to restrain myself. But make no mistake, she will die.
So, Adria's storyline.
I have delivered the city of Westmarch from Urzael and his reapers. The people are now free to rebuild their homes and their lives. Lorath and I depart for the Blood Marsh to find Adria. She, of all people, knows how to locate Malthael. I will take great joy in extracting that information before I kill her.
Leah would understand. We need answers more than we need revenge.
As I was about to say, Adria's storyline
We hid
is...
the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part of the Nephilim ruins near here. We thought it would be safe, but Malthael found it all the same.
Nah, I keep getting interrupted. Adria's storyline is a little strange. It's all but left on a hanging thread by the end of Act 4. So you're left wondering, like, the ending is peachy clean, and there's no mention of whatever happens to Adria at all until now.
The first time I saw a witch, she burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed.
I wonder what was so funny.
For glory.
This is the entrance to the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
Our friend Adria.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins. What was that?
These monsters are incredibly annoying. They're both melee attackers as well as ranged attackers. Diablo help you if you ever happen to meet them on a high level greater
Just
rift.
one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the blood marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most, but will reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
I am returning to town.
Okay, so checkpoint here. Let's see. Hold on here. Let me look at the time. Okay, so
I can't do that here.
we got a couple more.
I was separated from the other soldiers and surrounded by the dead when I saw him. I gazed into the face of death himself. I couldn't move. I just stared as he...
Crap.
I was separated from the other soldiers and surrounded by the dead when I saw him. I gazed into the face of death himself. I couldn't move. I just stared as he passed through me. His touch was like ice, so cold. But something in me changed. Something I cannot understand.
I can't stay here. I need to move on.
You can't leave me. Where will I go?
You should be safe here.
Please, just stay a few more days.
Come on. You're a strong woman. You don't need no man. Anyways,
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
let's go ahead and head back.
Nothing will keep me from ending your life, Adria.
Remember to get the information we need before you...
Yes, yes. Information first, and then killing.
Well, that's reassuring.
My father could never understand. He was born into privilege and wealth, and he spent every moment of his life trying to protect it. I was his flesh and blood, but he cared more about the names in books and the faces of the paintings on the walls than his living daughter.
I know those stories are just supposed to humanize Adria, but she is still pretty damn evil. Okay, so we need to find the entrance to that cave. Maybe it's over here?
Perhaps, when this is over, I'm returning to live a life of isolation.
Actually, before we move on...
Do you know what fear is? Fear of who you are. Fear of what your own blood would do if they knew what you were. No, you could never understand it. People look to you as a savior. Have you ever thought about the lives you've taken? They were fathers, lovers, daughters.
Let's try and find most of those booklets.
He asked me what I see when I look into the fire. I see a burning man. I see a burning witch. I see terror and a hunger that will consume everything. What hope do the works of men have against such all-consuming hunger? I gave myself to the flames.
Like I said, evil. Pure evil. Are there any more books?
Didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I would probably discover them all. We have one more area to look over. Well, scratch that, maybe two.
My father burned. He screamed as the flames consumed him, and the smell was sickly sweet. He had found me. For once in his life he had noticed me, and when he saw that the flames did not touch me, he breathed one word. It was his last.
Oh yeah, what was it?
This is one of the guide stones, but nothing happens when I approach it.
Please, allow me.
Witch, they called me, but I turned it against them. When their daughter had a child that needed to disappear. When there was a sickness that none of the healers could cure. Who was it they pleaded with? When they needed me, the morality they flaunted in the daylight disappeared, as it always does.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city, each one etched with a sigil. Only the correct one marks the true entrance to the tomb, however. When you activate these stones, one of the wrong sigils disappears.
Alright, so let's go ahead and try to find the entrance. This is sort of similar to Act 1's graveyard.
Still waiting.
In which, you could try exploring any of the random
I don't know if this is the right
entrances. Or you could just wander around. Eventually you'll find the correct one. We can just find those guide stones.
I must find another guide stone to determine which sigil is the correct one.
If you don't feel like wandering around, you could always just go straight to the dungeon.
Is this the correct passage?
The process of elimination helps
Not
here.
ready yet. This is not the right passage.
But if you don't care to do that, well, this is what we're doing. There's another area way over here.
Need more time. Now I know which sigil marks the correct passage.
Alrighty, so... Ah, crap. We gotta run all the way back. We passed by this area already.
Hey! I could use a hand over here! Thanks for the help, stranger. People fleeing the city have been leaving all sorts of things behind. Is there maybe something you'd want?
Sweet. Thank you for the reward, stranger.
Still waiting.
Alright, so before moving on, this area is quite extensive. It's very long. So I don't know if... No. Doesn't seem like there's any new dialogue. Yeah. So it's safe to say we can just run through here.
I am so good. I astound myself.
This area is usually one of the longest passageways ever. So let's quickly run through, find the exit, and get the hell out of here. This is just a side quest. We don't really need to be on this side. Sweet rings.
Need more time.
I suppose being lost in a crumbling ruin is better than...
I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. I just want to complete this little side activity first. treasures are always welcome, but this isn't really where we need to go, so... We got only about an hour, a little under an hour and a quarter. So let's keep pushing through. We're gonna ignore that. Or not.
Not ready yet.
That was pretty easy. And again, not the way that we need to head to. There are a lot of passageways around here. Not all of them lead towards the end. So make sure you're choosing the right ones. So we're gonna head the other way. This is also a partial reason for why doing a speed run of the story mode is so tough.
Never men were not gods, but our own ancestors, gifted with long life, magic, and abilities far beyond our own. Yet they were still men. I wonder if these pages hold the key to unlock their powers once again.
I'd really love to collect the extra lore books, but we're on such a limited time space right now.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Plus, I think in order to get all the lore books, you have to explore the other side dungeons. Of which we did not do.
I am returning to town.
No new dialogue, so let's go ahead and enter this.
Lorak, this is as far as you go. We will speak again when it is finished.
You're going to kill her, aren't you?
I know what I need to do.
We are all counting on you.
I need to go back.
You know what? Let's make another trip back.
Still waiting.
No? Nothing?
Where are you going? I have some good news. Where are you going? I have some good news.
Good news?
I mentioned what you did to some guards I met. You could get a commendation or something when this is all over.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Aw, why did you have to do that? Good deeds never go unpunished.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Alright, so we gotta speed run through this area.
Not ready yet. See me now.
There's so many enemies here.
I'm just warming up.
I knew there were ruins here, but I had no idea they dated from the time of the Nephilim.
Okay, so obviously not the right direction.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Also, if you're looking to do... I think there used to be some challenges or conquests for getting a certain amount of gold, like a gold streak. This is one of the places to do it, because if you equip one of those items that gives you gold based on your streak, this is the way to do it. Or, you know, you could just be like me and cheese it out with the bounty rewards. Just gather like a whole bunch of bounty caches and then
I will bring the light of
roll them all at
Zakarum
once.
to the heathens. Here in the east, the power of Zakarum wanes, but in the west it will rise, stronger and greater than ever. Yet I have another purpose. The lost Nephilim city of Corvus lies in the west. I will find it.
Sure you will. This is the right way, right?
You dare attack me?
I got a good feeling.
Let's see where you've been hiding, Malthael.
Adria.
The angels will never suffer us to live. They cannot accept the fact that we may choose our own path. At least demons are not so rigid in their beliefs.
Angels and demons don't concern me. We will choose our own destiny. But you needn't worry about that.
Take that, Adria. Let's see, before we move on though. Didn't she have some sort of lore book around here? Maybe not.
Before she died, Adria conjured an image of pandemonium.
She was searching for Malthael, so he must be there.
Still waiting.
Of all the places to be,
I am returning to town.
you know, that's the first place they suspected him to be at anyway.
Dirges was possessed by an all-consuming rage. As Zai had stolen what was most valuable to Dirges, he would take from Zai all that he held dear.
Dirges didn't kill Zai, did he?
Dirges took something much more dear than Zai's life. His joy. He killed everyone Zai had loved and held dear. Oh, then he slew Diria. Her light went out from the heavens. The seas wept, and the waves of their tears crashed upon the shore.
Oh, that's a sad ending to...
It's him or us. Are you ready?
I don't know. That glowing sword looks sharp.
That was a sad end to Lyria.
Whatever secret he learned will surely be lost with him.
He saw Adria, but she is dead now.
No.
But why? Why would someone do this?
To protect her secrets and her master.
Farewell.
Our shop will be looted.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Okay, so Let's go ahead and complete this quest.
I have discovered that Malthael is in Pandemonium.
No doubt he has gone to the fortress. Malthael can hold out there until the end of time. He is forcing us to come to him.
He hides and waits, hoping that if he can delay us long enough, he will grow too powerful even for me.
The only way to Pandemonium is through the high heavens. Let us leave at once.
So this is about close to 2/3 of the way through the act.
Clara! Peter!
Who are you looking for, if I may ask?
Oh, it's my children. They're out playing a game, but I'll find them soon enough.
Hint, hint. Chick is crazy.
According to the records, King Rackus had a strong jaw, hair as black as night, nor gleaming armor over his muscular... Sorry, what was I talking about?
His muscular...
Every time Westmarch is invaded, a hero appears to save it. History is much easier to write with a strong protagonist. Rackus and his sons built much of Westmarch during their time. The ruins and the marshes outside the city may be their work too. Of course, whenever I ask the Crown for gold to further my excavations, there's always a more pressing matter at hand.
I now know death better than I know the shape of my hand or my own sword. Hendel charged into battle at my side. I'd known him since I enlisted, but when I looked at him that night, I had a vision. I saw the faces of the men he had killed, and I saw that he would not live to see the morning.
Okay, so what else is left?
In the end, Zai trapped Dirges in the ruby Lyria had worn. Zai kept the stone around his neck as a reminder. In time, though, the burden grew too great to bear, and he cast off the stone. His divinity? Everything. Where there once stood a young god, there was now just an old man.
An old man that bears a striking resemblance to you, perhaps.
So the story says.
So it says. It's totally not him.
We can't start to rebuild until we know that the one who caused this devastation is dead.
He will be, as soon as I find him.
I hope so.
Careful, lady. You know the old saying about monsters.
So, now it's on to Pandemonium? You'll see a world only a few humans have laid eyes on before.
I've already seen the high heavens. I wasn't impressed.
Ah, the beauty of life is lost on you, isn't it?
Alright. So...
When I was forced to admit my beliefs were wrong, I was lost. I was afraid I would always feel that way. But instead, a sense of calmness has come over me. I'm no longer at war with myself.
Beliefs are like a cage you cannot see. They will keep you from learning, from growing, from being truly free.
You said that right.
It is good to fight with you again.
Never become too dug in your beliefs.
What is this?
Destroy the gate! And Nebulon is here!
Seems like this place isn't safe either.
He dares to attack us? Malthael is my brother. I fought 1,000 battles by his side, and I care not that he seeks to destroy you and your kind. But my brother has grown sick, and he must be put down for his own sake. Yet I have not the heart to do this. And so it falls to you.
Come, Nephilim, to Pandemonium.
Oh, so for once he actually cooperates.
Malthael's attempt to keep me from entering Pandemonium simply confirms that he is still unwilling to face me. Now I must cross this blighted wasteland. Site of 1,000 battles between angel and demon. The Angel of Death awaits me in the Pandemonium Fortress on the other side. He will not be waiting long.
Why would Imperius want you to follow him? I don't like this.
I need to go back.
Okay, so new area, new dialogue.
Leave me alone. I'm getting drunk, and no, I'm not sharing.
Too bad. I could use some of that. You know, if anyone around here could tell you anything about that dagger, it would be Hadric.
Give it a rest. The bloody Thieves Guild killed him.
You are so certain of that you would just give up? And here I thought you cared about the truth.
Nope. I care about drinking. Until I remember nothing. If there's treasure to be had, then
That sounds like a perfect afternoon.
Imperius will soon need your help, but he will hate you for it.
I don't think it's possible for him to hate me more than he already does.
Ah, you'll be surprised.
He sounds fun at parties.
Linda left a dagger here earlier. I'm guessing you're behind that.
Who else? What can you tell me about it? Any distinguishing marks?
Let me look. It's well crafted for a Kingsport blade, and oh, the hilt seems to be hollow. Someone hid a note inside. Here, you should take it to Linden. I thought on what you said, and you may have been right. Can't bear the thought of another friend's death.
That's a spectacular plan, Hadric. Spending your life alone, caring for no one, that will end very well.
It's better than the alternative.
What's the alternative?
Let us seek our fortunes together.
I joined a caravan of refugees heading to Bramwell, but we never made it there. Brigands slaughtered everyone. I ran into the forest and hid for days before I dared come out. How am I ever going to find my son?
He's probably gone, lady.
You don't understand. I'm no hero. Do you know why I was there? I ran away. From my unit, from my friends. While they died, I ran.
But you saved me.
That doesn't change anything.
He was just in the right place at the right time.
Peter and Lara have been playing hide from the monster all day. Such imaginative children.
There are no children here.
I said they were hiding, didn't I?
Weirdo.
Deckard Cain wrote much about the Pandemonium Fortress. He kept meticulous notes, drew sketches, and even made some maps. But nothing matches what is there now. The fortress has changed so much since Malthael took over.
So, another fun fact. The first appearance of the fortress was back in Diablo 2's expansion. I never played it though, so I have no idea what it would have looked like.
There is a siege camp not far from here. Meet me there, and I will show you what must be done.
Can't you just take us?
evidence of a long-forgotten battle.
So Pandemonium is a really interesting area. It's almost like the high heavens, but twisted and a little unsettling. Also, there are a crap ton of enemies here.
Need more time. How does that feel?
We do not have the luxury of time.
I mean, we'd probably get there faster if there weren't so many walls blocking our way.
That is a siege rune. Bring it with you. Do you see the battering ram below? That is the only way you can breach the fortress gates. But it is useless without the siege runes that power it. You have one in your possession, but there are two more. You will find them on the battlefield below, imprisoned along with the demons that carried them. Once you have the runes, go to the ram. But know this, Nephilim. Even if you release Malthael from his madness, I will not thank you for it.
Of course you won't. That's part of your charm.
Dude is so ungrateful.
I am returning to town.
Crap. Oh well.
They will run when they see us. Despite all of this, I find myself with hope for the future.
And is that hopeful future centered around our beautiful enchantress?
No. No, of course not. I do find her company stimulating. Yeah, I do enjoy her unique way of looking at things, but, I mean, no.
She needs to know you are your own man. Tell her you've left your vows behind.
What? Well, you know. I mean, she is quite interesting. So, yeah, I suppose so. Perhaps I should. Maybe.
Trying to play matchmaker, are we?
Way to glory.
I now know that the call is coming from the realm of Pandemonium.
It was almost impossible for us to reach Pandemonium. How could your sister Lysa?
The prophet was a seraph. He may have hidden in Pandemonium to keep his affairs secret from the Angiris Council.
And you believe that he could have summoned Lysa to him?
I saw her broken body, but the prophet's magic is powerful. He once saved us all. He could have saved Lysa again. Accompany me to Pandemonium. We will find where Lysa's voice is coming from, and perhaps I will uncover the answers I seek.
Let's do that.
I followed her voice to this place. I can hear her so clearly. We must find her.
I don't hear anything, but I suppose I should be used to that.
So this is the final follower side quest. It's a pretty quick one, though. As are all of them.
It cannot be! Lysa! Lysa!
When we woke, the demons were in our midst. We were not ready. But you slept, Arena. Why?
I would have woken Reza. You must believe me. Demons!
You must find Lysa. It is not too late.
Do not go! What is that?
The The Prophet asked each of us in turn, before he cast the spell of binding, our lives for hers. If we declined, we could leave without any thought of shame. We each heard the question, and answered the only way we could. Our cause was too important to not make that sacrifice.
Alright, so that's one sister. Let's go find the rest.
Still waiting.
Always in the rule of three. Geez, this area is wider than I remember.
To be a dreamless sleep, but the blackness faded, and dreams I had. Dreams that became nightmares I could not wake from.
Sybil, I am here now. More demons! Where are they coming from?
You were always the strongest, Arena. Make us proud.
Do not go. I have questions. Something holds the spirits of my sisters here. Whatever it is will lead us to Lysa.
The Prophet said I would not dream, but I did. At first, they were dreams of color, unsettling. And then I began to hear voices. They called for me, over and over. And then I woke.
Okay. That's not at all cryptic.
Not ready yet.
Arguably the least straightforward follower side quest.
Demons surround Lysa. You must find her, Irena.
Lysa, where is she? Are these the demons that killed my sisters?
It is good to see you, Irena. I thought I would never gaze upon your face again.
Farewell, my sister. This portal will lead us to Lysa.
We trained, believing that we would fight together. But Irena was the one who was chosen. And we were the ones who must sacrifice to support her. Why her and not me? A selfish question, for I know that if she was asked, she would say yes. So I did.
Lysa! I knew I heard your voice.
She looks like a pellet-swapped Irena.
Why did we have to give our lives for you, Irena? What was so special about you? Chosen of the Prophet. Your sisters were willing to sacrifice their lives for you, just as the Prophet intended. But I would not play along. It merely took time for me to find a way out.
I never knew Lysa. The Prophet never told me.
Irena, know that you possess the greatest potential of all your sisters, and so I chose you. They gave their lives so that you could survive and fight in the most important battle to come. They did this willingly, and their sacrifice is not a burden, but a gift to you.
But what do I do?
Live. Fulfill the destiny for which I trained you, and for which your sisters died.
Seems like a pretty poor gift.
I always thought that Lysa was as strong as any of us, perhaps even the strongest. But she decided that the sacrifice asked of her was too great. How can I blame her? In her place, I might have made the same choice.
The greatest good sometimes requires the greatest sacrifice.
But is this not proof? If the price is too costly, goodness is not enough. Perhaps there is a better way.
Okay, so we're closely...
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
We're getting closer and closer to launch time.
You, mentioned that I should speak with Irena. I don't think I can do that.
Well, if you don't, I'm sure Lyndon will.
What? Through his lecherous ways, surely he'd have no luck. Would he?
Who can say? Some women like that type of man. But I'm certain she would prefer an honorable man like yourself. You need to talk to her.
Yeah, you probably should.
It is good to fight with you again.
Don't let the scoundrel get a hold of her.
They will run when they see us. Irena? Was... Never mind. It was of no importance.
Cormac.
Yes. Well, Irena, I just wish to inform you that, I've left the Order. I'm no longer a Templar, nor bound by their rules. When this is over, would you consider, adventuring at my side?
Of course I would. I would be honored to fight alongside you. I feel as close to you as I did to my sisters.
Oh. Yes, of course. Sisters. Indeed.
He turned into Millhouse.
It is good to fight with you again.
What's a big sister for?
The people of Westmarch are starting to rebuild the city and bury their dead. Their strength is an inspiration. But there are children that witnessed their family being torn apart. Others climbed over piles of corpses to get to safety. What will they make of the world when they grow up? The city has scars that will linger for generations.
I tried to leave the city today, but the gates are all closed. The guards won't let anyone in or out.
What are you going to do?
Stay here and hide, I guess. I am a coward.
Stop that! You're a good man.
I see death everywhere. Even when amongst the living, I see the specter of endless night. But you are different. Death's shadow surrounds you. It obscures all else.
So yeah, the launch time is at 4 p.m. It is currently... It's currently 4... Actually, no, not 4. It's 3:16, so we have about 45 minutes left until we have to get started. So let's go ahead
Need more
and
time.
Run through the rest of this, and we can take a break before the start of Diablo 4. So this is another one of those wide areas that we have to run through.
You dare attack me?
Nothing complicated. It's just very wide. So this area in the game is... I don't know how I'd rate it. It's certainly better than the corridors in Act 3 and even the sewers. But it's all the same color, so it's more similar to that one area from Act 2. You know, right before you reach what's-his-face Zoltan Kuhl's area. His archives. So, where are those siege runes?
Didn't see that coming, did you?
I think one of them should be down somewhere around here, but the last one's gonna be... I don't know. It could be entirely random for all I know. Ah, never mind, there's one. Yep, there is one. This area is so wide, it's really meant to be a location where you can just endlessly wander around and grind for XP.
Nephilim! We found something we can use!
No thank you. We could do that side quest over there, but in all honesty, it's not that important. We're just trying to figure out where the last siege rune is located. Like I said, huge map.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
It's definitely not here. Where the hell is he?
Need more time.
Not here either. Thankfully, we don't have to go here, though. Yeah, we don't need to mess around with that. Another side dungeon.
Still waiting.
There we go.
Only they could see me now.
Come on, come on, come on. We only have about 30 minutes left.
Need more time.
It's gonna be close.
Not ready yet.
There we go.
from the wrath.
I bear grave news, my friend. The Sliver has revealed Malthael's plan to me, and it is worse than I could have imagined. He means to use the Black Soul Stone to capture all demonic essences, even those that linger in human hearts. If the stone is altered to rip the demonic essence out of every man, woman, and child on Sanctuary, they will all die.
No, we can still stop him. And we begin by attacking the fortress.
Malthael is fundamentally altering the Black Soul Stone. It will now pull in all the demonic essence from whatever plane of existence it finds itself in. But mankind is born of angel and demon alike. Every mortal, save myself, has demonic essence as an intrinsic part of their being. Losing that will rip their body and soul apart.
That's no bueno.
I never thought I would return here. Pandemonium was our battlefield for ages on end. Demons' blood saturated this ground. Many angels died defending it.
Why would you shed blood defending this barren land?
Our battles revolved around the World Stone. I had the Pandemonium Fortress built in order to protect it.
Malthael was an archangel. Why did you never search for him when he left the heavens?
Malthael kept to himself much of the time, and he was known to leave without warning. Eventually, the Council became concerned. We sent his closest followers to find him. Most of them did not return.
Urzael and the maidens. His madness infected them, and they followed him into the darkness.
It seems so.
You built the Pandemonium Fortress.
Not on my own, but it was my idea, yes. The angels raised it around the World Stone many eons ago.
Is there any other way in besides the front door? You must know of something.
I fear not. The fortress is always changing, caught between the forces of heaven and hell.
So we have you to thank for that blasted piece of junk.
When this is over, Tyrael will need to replace those who fell in the Tomb of Rakis. And he'll continue to train and expand the Order of New Horadrim. With everything I've been through at your side, I think I can contribute to that effort.
Yeah. He won't do a very good job of it, though.
I spoke with the necromancer Zale. He said that the source of my visions is not necromancy, but something else. He seemed unnerved by it.
Please do go on.
Zai's jewel is here, in Westmarch.
Here? Then what are we waiting for?
Dinner first, then we can go after the jewel. Do not worry. I think it can wait for a little while.
So let's do this.
Yes, yes, this is the place. The jewel is here.
Let's hurry through this. We only have half an hour.
Come back here. Shen, where are you? Shen, are you hurt?
It's just a little fall. Don't worry.
Just a little. Not a big one. He definitely didn't break his leg. Or anything else.
Do not worry. I'm just down here. Everything seems perfectly fine. Wait. What is that?
Okay, so much for his help.
Yes, all of this seems so familiar. Like it happened before. Hey, where are you? You're not lost, are you?
No, but I'm getting there. Thankfully, this is a straightforward dungeon.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking for you. Ah, well, there's no point in standing around, is there? Let's go find the jewel.
Shen, you crazy old man. Don't run off by yourself. This place is too dangerous.
Did you say dangerous? This is nothing. Ah, it's so good to be able to show you around again. We really should do it more often, huh? Maybe next time, one of the night markets, huh?
Alright, so... where's the end here? Definitely not in this direction.
I love a good walk, don't you? It helps me figure things out, such as what I'd like to have for dinner.
Does it rhyme with bin numb? Actually, never mind. That usually you don't have dim sum for dinner.
The jewel isn't far from here. I can almost taste it. I found it. The jewel. There it is. No. This cannot be. It's been destroyed. Durchus is free.
Zai, is that you? You look different.
I believe you are mistaken. I am Shen.
Well, that wasn't Durgis.
Zai? Is that you?
Zai is gone, and no more. He's a legend and a myth. The man who stands before you is but a simple jeweler. I have seen the years, and I have loved and lost, and I have grieved and wept.
Whoever you are, you have freed me, and I am happy to have looked upon your face.
And I am filled with joy to have seen yours once again. Farewell, and go upon this last journey.
Shen, are you well?
Please, I just need a moment alone. Do not worry about me. I will find you later.
Arguably the saddest of all the followers. The side quests, I mean.
I like to think the world is safer now.
Alright, so let's head back.
It feels like a lifetime since I last held this jewel in my grasp. Oh, the memories flood back into me. I was a vain fool in my youth. I know it will be hard for you to think of me so, but it's true, though it was a long, long time ago.
Huh. So what do we do now?
Well, Durchus has escaped, and it's more important than ever for me to find him.
Well, I wonder if we'll ever find the end to his story. Probably not.
Be well.
Okay, so let's get back and finish this. this is fun. One more time.
Gather the hooks. Prepare for one last hit.
Okay, so never mind. It's 4 hits.
The gates have been destroyed.
Pandemonium Fortress. When I fought Malthael, my sword passed through him like air. He is in a state of death and life, impervious to physical harm. Your magic is not enough. To defeat him, you must channel the power of death, as he does.
The spirits gathered below could be the key to that, couldn't they?
The power of the dead. If you could become one with it, you would be as Malthael is, and you could face him. But you must find a way, quickly. Every moment, thousands die, and Malthael's power grows beyond anything I have ever seen.
This portion of the game makes far more sense if you're playing as a necromancer.
The fortress feels strange and new to me, though I have come here times beyond count as its champion and as its liberator. It changes to match the nature of whoever controls it, but I have never seen it like this while under the control of an angel.
This place has been warped by Malthael's insanity. I am returning to town.
Alright, so we only have to return a couple more times before the end.
It's good to see you again, Kyler.
Are all the Reapers gone now?
The ones in Westmarch are. Our friend will take care of the rest soon enough.
The hell? It's Captain Hale once more.
This is the wrong hammer, lad. I need the big one.
Right, sorry.
And you, my friend, not a word out of you. Not a single word.
Oh, Bryson, when Hadrig yells at you, it means you're doing a fine job. It's just his way.
You going to distract my apprentice when he has all this work on his hands? Not on my watch. Now, lad, where's that hammer?
Okay, 20 minutes. We gotta speed things up.
Here, read this note. Hadrig found it inside the dagger.
Lyndon, I killed him. Come after me if you must. I'll be waiting. Rhea, my brother's wife.
And the love of your life. Tell me, why would she do this?
I don't want to talk about her. Not until this matter is settled. And I know you and I will see it done.
Another twist.
Prophet knew one truth. Evil cannot be destroyed forever. In time, it rises anew and stronger.
I think we can agree he knew what he was talking about.
Yes, and that is why I must carry on his mission. But I will not demand the sacrifice that was asked of my sisters. I and those who follow me will not sleep. We will pass on our task from generation to generation, ever vigilant and ready.
It sounds like the world has a new prophet.
Who can say what the future holds?
Does it include one with the Templar?
I know I'm of use here in Westmarch, helping the people recover and keeping order. Each must serve in his own way, but I would love to come help with the fight in Pandemonium, if needed.
If you see my children, please tell them to stop playing games and come home. Supper is almost ready.
I'm not sure I will find them. They've hidden so well.
Yeah, she's totally gone loco.
Marcus chose to found his kingdom here. He must have had an important reason, right?
Westmarch is currently ruled by Justinian IV. Originally thought to be a callow youth, Justinian came into his own in the years following his ascension to the throne. Rumors still abound about demonic activities surrounding his coronation. But I believe those are simply the product of overactive imaginations, fueled by the ever-prevalent myths of the Zakarum.
I'm not complaining, but your roguish friend over there seems to think he can win my favor.
Lyndon, ignore him.
Please tell the other gentleman you travel with, the armored one, that he's much more to my tastes. I've heard that you're journeying to a faraway land now. You won't forget to tell me about any discoveries you make there, will you?
Okay, so this is pretty much the home stretch. Can we finish this in 20 minutes?
I did not think I would ever see you again.
That voice, could it really be my old master? Or is this some trick?
Oh hey, it's the sorceress from Diablo 2.
Isendra, is that you? I have missed you, my teacher. I need help to defeat Malthael. In his current state, I cannot harm him.
You have learned much since I last saw you, including humility, it seems.
I often long for the days we spent exploring magic.
I remember those days with fondness as well, but I have nothing left to teach you. Nevertheless, you will always be my friend. And you need not ask for my help. It is yours. Myself and the other captured spirits have much power, but not enough for us to break free. If you release us, we may aid you. Malthael uses our power. However, we can redirect it to you. We will change you to exist as he does. He will no longer be beyond the reach of your magic. There are many powerful spirits here, but still Malthael maintains control. It is as if he constantly draws energy from us. Yet there is always more for him to take. It is quite painful. But we fight him constantly. We will be ready when you need us.
Cassandra, you were the only one who ever really believed in me.
That's not true. You always believed in yourself. A little too much, if I recall correctly.
I miss you, friend. You were my real family.
And to think you despised me so when we first met. Life is indeed a strange thing, as is death.
I need to go back.
See, this is what I like about Diablo 3. It's not afraid to explore what happened to the previous characters.
Finally found you, Lieutenant Derek. Will you come quietly, or are you going to run again?
I'll go with you. I'm no coward.
That's not how I see it.
Leave him be. He is a good man, and he saved my life.
He let good men die. He's a deserter and a criminal, and he'll be dead in the morning.
I'm at peace. Perhaps the one good thing I did by saving your life can make up for the bad I've done.
You are a good man. Remember that.
Well, so much for Derek.
My visions cloud everything. I can find no escape. I plan to leave Westmarch, to be alone, far away from the constancy of death. Some people would call it a curse, and sometimes it feels that way. But perhaps it's not. I need time to know for sure.
Okay, so is that it?
They will run when they see us.
We gotta speed things through. We're running low on time here. We got about 15 minutes. Alright, so let's go ahead and find that soul prison.
Still waiting.
And then it won't be much longer. We got about 15 minutes, well, 17 minutes until the server's open.
Nephilim. The Black Soulstone journeys through the portal to Sanctuary. Even now it spreads death across your world. And so ends the eternal conflict.
Scary. So that way is a dead end. Let's fight our way through and get to the end.
Need more time.
So, what do you guys think so far?
How does that feel?
Personally, this is a very good end to Diablo 3. Much better than whatever the hell Act 4 was.
I'm badly wounded.
But, I don't know, without Diablo, it feels like it's missing something. It's as if the story is not quite complete.
I was struck down in a third charge. I lay upon the ground, only to wake in chains. I did not know that demons took prisoners. I babbled like a fool about my dreams of escaping this war. My captor freed me and said that we would meet again. Her name was Lilith, daughter of Mephisto.
Okay, so where is the exit?
As a prison for centuries, but now feels actions weakened, threatening to release the demons within. What can we do?
Seriously? There's really only one solution to this dilemma.
Hurry up, please. Okay, so with that done,
Rip these brutes to shreds.
obviously not the right direction.
What a monstrous.
Not ready yet. I'm just warming up.
Prisoner in battle, an angel whose light was dimming. I brought him to my lair, to my amusement. But he surprised me. My touch seemed to breathe life into him. He raved like a madman about how he wished to escape the war. Perhaps I have found someone I can use.
It's a good thing they changed the voice for Lilith. That was not a good voice actress.
Nothing. Still waiting.
think that's the exit. There we go.
I am returning to town.
Okay, we only got about 12 minutes here. It's alright if we go a little bit over. Just so long as we can complete everything.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
It is good to fight with you again.
Nothing here.
To be honest, I can't believe I'm still in business.
Yeah. Let's go to the soul prison and then we'll come back one more time.
I feel different. My awareness grows. The very essence of creation stands revealed to me. Is this what it means to be dead?
You are not dead. You now occupy the same state that Malthael does.
That means I can hurt him badly.
You sound again as I remember you. Yes, you are ready. And you have the means to destroy Malthael. But do not forget all that you have learned upon your journey. We need you. The world needs you.
How did you die? I found your body, but could never uncover the truth of your death.
As I tried to save the city of Lut Bahadur, I was killed by a Viz Joktar.
A mage slayer? An assassin? Who could have wanted you dead?
I do not know, nor does it matter. I am dead, and nothing can change that. All I care for now is to be free from Malthael.
What happens when you die? What does it feel like?
At first, I felt as if I was spreading out, as if my being was the whole world. But then, like a bow that is drawn taut and released, I was pulled back violently into this form that mirrors my physical body. I feel trapped. When Malthael is defeated, I will be able to shed this form. Then I will truly know death.
Does that frighten you?
No. I believe I will know true peace and contentment. In fact, I look forward to it.
So after I kill Malthael, what happens then? No more death?
No. He is simply the aspect of death. He is strangely attuned to human souls and feeds off death to gain power. But there was death before Malthael changed, and there will be death after he is gone.
Oh well, I suppose I will have to gain immortality through other means then. Having tales of my heroics passed down from generation to generation, that sort of thing. Not as satisfying, but will suffice.
Dang. And here I thought we could have gained immortality too. But anyways, that covers all of Issendra's dialogue. Let's check in with everybody else here before we go find Malthael. Well, that's about it.
Not ready yet.
Let's run through and complete this game, shall we? In the 8 minutes that we have left. I'm not going to bother with any of the other lore books or anything. Usually this map is fixed, so we don't have to worry about it wandering around.
I brought myself to Sanctuary, where humans dwell, but the souls did not call me from that place. I searched the breath of creation, always following the sound. Always the sound. And then I understood. Pandemonium, where the world stone once rested.
Come on, come on, come on. 7 minutes. We gotta go. Ah, crap.
Still waiting.
Lilith is me, but a fire and flame. I could never have felt this way about a demon while I was mired in the endless war. The stain holds us prisoner to what we've been told to believe. She and I have made plans. We will bring others to our cause, and together we will escape.
Where is that exit? Okay, so we're getting closer. Alright, so home stretch now. Once we reach these portals, that is about it.
The souls swerve and writhe. I now know the truth of mortals. All paths lead to death. Whatever their struggles, whatever their triumphs, they die. That is wisdom.
Okay, so we just gotta get through to the end here. Well, it's been a fun run, but
I'm just warming up.
sad to see this game will be ending. And we'll be moving on to Diablo 4. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this retrospective playthrough. It has been my pleasure to have run through this with you guys.
I am returning to town.
This is the end, but before we go any further... Nothing? Nothing? No one? Anyways, let's go. Just in time too, we only have 4 minutes left.
The Soul Stone is a born sanctuary. The blood of demons will soon be gone from all creation. You will be the last of your kind for a few moments. Death comes, Nephilim.
Why does he look like Pyramid Head?
It is inevitable.
Aw, you dick. Well, it's over. That is all of Diablo 3.
They will run when they see us.
Well. Yeah, we've gone through all the dialogue, so that's it. It's over. Let's talk to Tyrael and end this.
Where is the Black Soulstone?
Malthael consumed it and took Diablo's soul.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free. The Nephilim have done the impossible. By conquering death, she had redeemed the angels and saved all mankind. In that moment, with victory at hand, I saw the Nephilim in a new light. She is a hero who can defeat the champions of heaven and hell, and a wizard who protects the innocent. But within her beats a mortal heart that will one day be tempted to corruption. On that day, will she have the strength to resist? Or will she be our doom?
I think the ending cinematic for the Demon Hunter was way better. But yeah, that's going to cover Diablo 3 and all the 5 acts. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick minute break, use the restroom, and then we'll be back with Diablo 4. So stay tuned for that. We are going to begin our level 100 race. Well, race to level 100. Okay, so if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please like the video, share the video out wherever you guys can, and leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out our playlist for previous play sessions if you missed out on any. Or check out the channel for more games as well. Follow us over at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as odd giveaway from time to time. If you'd like to support the channel financially, you can do so by dropping a donation over at paypal.me/LunarlightGames. Links are down in the description below. But if you don't have $1 to donate, don't worry about it. Make sure you guys stay subscribed and continue viewing our videos. Follow us over at twitch.tv/LunarlightGames, and hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available. That is it for Diablo 3, but stay tuned for more in the future. This is all of Season 28, as well as the Altar of Rites. That concludes all of the gameplay we'll probably be doing for Season 28. I don't know if we'll ever get to GR 150, but in any case, we'll return next time for Season 29 later on. But until next time, until next video, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys take care. See you guys in Diablo 4.